Welcome to a new edition of Zero Censura. My name is Mr. Hollywood Xavier Ballerino, and we're right here, right now, once again, back on business. We've been away for quite a while, but now we're ready to talk about wrestling. We're ready to talk it as it is. We're ready to just tell everyone what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. So you might as well start leaving your comments on the comment section over there or over here. Well, you can feel free to ask whatever you want right now about the topics that we're gonna hit today, and also to talk about wrestling. Hablar de lucha, carajo. I got my panel right here, right now. All of them are ready to talk wrestling. ECUATORIANOS, bienvenido. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, todos. Buenas noches, señores. And good evening, good afternoon, good morning, anywhere else around the times around the world. This is the Aqua Dragon, and we're back once again and talk more pro wrestling. And we ain't gonna hold back on anything. So I'm looking for all the topics we're gonna talk about tonight.
And of course, joining us, DRC, Dorian Robalino. ¿Qué tal? Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, and we're back. We're back on the scheduled program that we are going to do with this whole thing with the Citizen Suda crew, and we call it the Three Live Ecuadorians, YS, and everybody in the house that we are getting ready. Here, focusing on this, wrestling in there, playoffs right here in baseball. This is something that we'll be interested in all, and let's talk about in Cero Censura.
That's right. A little bit under the flu, by the way, but I'm kind of like getting over it. It was. Can you believe that I was in this morning before we go to the top? We already hit the topics. I was a little under the weather, and all it took was a. It's gonna be funny. All it took was a ice cream sandwich, and I'm feeling a lot better. The power of ice cream. And it's not. And it's not sponsored by the New Day, but anywho. Okay, let's go first of all to the comments, the comment session. Agustin Rosado, as usual, greetings at the ringside. Greetings, Agustin. Bye, Bashan. Hello, Showdown. Yeah, we're going to talk about it in just a minute.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Kyrie. Nia Jax, you're fired. Not yet, but we'll get to that in just a short. When Showdown WWE main roster versus TNA, I'm sorry, Agustin, that's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. I'm sorry to disappoint. Save us! Sálvanos, Stephanie Baker at Crown Jewel. Yeah, she's going to save us. She's going to save us because it's going to be no longer Tiffy time. It's going to be Steffi time. If you can smell what the rock is cooking. And to start off our topic about the NXT TNA, I thought it was going to be a pay-per-view. It's being a pay-per-view. It's going to be a regular show. For the life of me, I don't understand why it has to be a regular show. But that kicks off our first topic. WWE, that in the case of NXT, versus TNA. I'm going to call it Invasion. I'm sorry. I know there's a controversy regarding the Invasion name. But I'll let my panel get into that in just a short. But the thing is, to me, that it kind of like bothers me the fact that it wasn't a pay-per-view. This had the caliber of a pay-per-view. And all of a sudden they decided, no, we're going to throw in on a regular show for NXT. My understanding is that apparently AEW is going to have a show the same day, or am I mistaken? You
Sure.
first, Aquarium.
Yeah.
First.
No, it's actually true. They're gonna have a show at the same day on Tuesday. It's gonna be titled Tuesday. And since you mentioned me right now, like 2 hours ago, before NXT went on the air, they changed the title. Now it's Showdown. It's no longer Invasion, despite of international backlash. Because next week on October 7th is actually the first year anniversary of the invasion of Israel. That's the reason why. When I found out that news, I was frustrated. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with social media? What is wrong with this generation? Just for one word? Like, are you kidding me? This is professional wrestling. This is sports entertainment. This is not like real life real life combat and stuff. It's just professional wrestling. I just don't understand why. And it frustrates me. It frustrates me about today's generation or whatever people they are, woke, toxic. I just don't understand. And now it's called Showdown. I mean, it makes sense. It makes all sense. It's not that bad. I mean, Showdown's fine. But Invasion sounds better because what do we had last week on Tuesday? What did NXT have? They had an invasion. There you go. The invasion of TNA professional wrestlers. What is that called? It's not a showdown. It's an invasion. They showed up. They showed up to someone's house uninvited. And what they did, they kicked their asses. It's like what happened 20 plus years ago with WCW and ECW, except the talent was mid-talent, not the high caliber ones, because we all know about the story about Aew'S contracts and etc.
24 years.
Well, 20 plus years, like, let's see, 2001? That's what
happened. Yeah, 24,
right?
24,
right
24.
24 years
24
ago.
years ago. 24 years ago or 20 plus years ago, doesn't matter. But this is an invasion. It's not a showdown. A showdown is when someone shows up and make a challenge. This was an invasion. They showed up out of nowhere. And now you have to change the title because of what happened about what happened a year ago. There's no disrespect to the people what happened. I do feel, I'm wholeheartedly felt really bad what happened to all those people that's happening over there in Israel. I really do. I don't like talking about politics and stuff, but really, guys, everybody else on social media, like, come on, it's just a word. It's like what happened with when he changed Walter to Gunther because the name Gunther is like some Nazi officer from from many, many years ago. And now people get used to it. But in the ring side of Ecuador, we still call him Walter because we know him as Walter, not Gunther. They made a big deal out of it, and then since then, people got used to it, but we still call him Walter. So I don't know what is up with the people who just changed their minds because of some anniversary. But, it is what it is. But, however, this event should have been on a pay-per-view on a Saturday or a Sunday, just like No Mercy. That should have been like the next pay-per-view for October, not on a Tuesday. Not on the Tuesday, maybe on a Sunday or a Saturday, because this feels like a blockbuster pay-per-view. This is a pay-per-view. This is huge. But we're going to put it on a Tuesday? This is huge. We got two, well, now it's going to be 3 championship titles on the line. Like, we got the major one, which is winner takes all, 2 of them, but the biggest one is the NXT title, and the TNA World title is going to take place. You know what, Matt? Like, honestly, though, it should have been like Trick Williams should have lost that title last month or 2 months. Last month to Mike Santana, because it would have been great. Mike Santana becoming champion and then, winner takes all against the NXT champion, because it looks kind of wrong. We got 2 NXT talent holding both titles from both companies. It doesn't feel right. Come on, guys. Like, honestly, though, like, it doesn't feel right. It should have been a TNA superstar holding a TNA World title against an NXT superstar with an NXT title. The same thing goes with the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys, I love the Hardy Boys. But I prefer another talent who is not a former WWE talent holding those TNA tag team titles. But I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. But anyway, all I got to say is, for the people out there watching right now, for the people on social media, you got to relax with these terms, those words, invasion and all those other words. Like, come on. But now we got Showdown. I guess we got to live with it. We still call it invasion. I'm still going to call it invasion. NXT TNA invasion. That's all I see it, because that's considered invasion, not a showdown. But I am definitely looking forward to see what happens next week. And I hope that TNA wins some titles next Tuesday.
To me, definitely, this is the night that I'm gonna root all the way for the TNA guys. You know, they are very, very deserving of their flowers. They're very, very deserving of having world titles around their waists. And yeah, I agree with you, Ecuadorian. This is not a showdown. This is a complete invasion. But yeah, we get it. We kind of like, okay, we're gonna have to go with the flow. And besides, now I'm gonna let Dorian have his say. Invasion is a historic event in WWE because of the fact that it was the very first and so far only pay-per-view that featured a WCW ECW alliance against WWE guys. As Ecuadorian said, it unfortunately was the mid-card guys. It was not a level Goldberg. There was no Hogan. There was no Nash. There was no Hall. There was no NWO. There was no Flair, Anderson. Well, and you know the rest of the story. But as I said, and everybody agrees with me on this one, it should have been on a pay-per-view caliber. It should have been on a pay-per-view. But yeah, I understand that they're also trying to counter-program with AEW's Title Tuesday. Wow. Dorian, where did we heard that title before? Where did we heard that title before?
Every wrestling company that is always called Title Tuesday, you know? And shout out to one of my guys that always do to say, talk to me, baby. King Cole always says Title Tuesday. It is Title Tuesday. But before we're gonna talk about this, let me say this. Yeah, my condolence. First off, the whole thing in the invasion of anniversary, that's the thing. But it's unacceptable the way how you promoted a name of it that he's been there. They had it first for 24 plus years around the summertime. I still remember the invasion thing. And unfortunately, it was kind of a waste of it because, you know, the thing is that if Triple H didn't get hurt, I think he would have been part of that. Maybe he would have been the Kurt Angle. He could have been the Kurt Angle spot right there, but Kurt Angle ended up taking that spot. And secondly, you know, if you're gonna do this to partner with two companies, instead of doing the pay-per-view, you're doing this in the TV show for free. Let's make this a real fact of this. You know, it's like you're drawing TNA talents that one of them is my closest friends that he should have won that back in August at home, but they dropped the ball because they want to continue this thing just to try to make a negotiate for companies to, you know, like for example, with what AEW did for Jericho, you know, with Ring of Honor, and then when he was the AEW champion, that's the reason why, for making it a partnership for the person that represents the company. So they had to put a WWE talent to get the deal done with that instead of a TNA, like who's this guy and all that stuff. But I would say that they dropped the ball to make him win the championship. Now he's going to win the championship in a territory that, and unfortunately, I'm not too happy about it right now because I don't want to get to that subject. But Santana better win that title on October, and if not, I'm going to ride with TNA and I'm done with that because they just completely messed up this guy. That he came in on purpose. He came in as a guy that started to build his brand. That he knew that he was there from the start and the opportunity. He present himself right there in television, right there in TNA with a group with the Latin American Exchange. Like our mentor Homicide and Conan, and you got the all of them right there to represent it. And you better, and I'm gonna say this, they better give him that title in October. It's not gonna be right now because this is just makes no sense. It should be a pay-per-view caliber thing, but they put this thing on TV, and now AEW and that. You know why they're doing this, guys, on Tuesday on AEW? Because I think it's because since hockey's about to start the season, and maybe that's probably part of the reason. So they got hockey too, because TNT got the that. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna do this because this is bigger than you guys. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't help that much because first of all, I'm not sure how they're operating the hype for the title Tuesday. And by the way, I said, what does that remind us of? Because originally Cyber Sunday was called Taboo Tuesday. So
Oh yeah, I remember that.
so
Yeah.
go figure. So go figure that one out. Yeah, Uncle Toaster. So crack a hole. So I'm not sure how they're maybe Ecuadorian can give us a hint of how they're promoting the title Tuesday thing with anything important of relevance for the AEW brand, because of just 5 minutes ago Matt Cardona showed up on NXT. So
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
well,
I mean,
what's the
that
card?
was really surprising. Yeah.
What's
That's
the
surprising.
card? What's the AEW card for title Tuesday?
To be honest, though, like I didn't really like what I didn't even know. Here's the truth. I was not aware of it. I was not aware about there was gonna be a title Tuesday. I'm serious.
That's a first.
Yeah, because the only thing we were aware of is the women's tag team titles. That was the only thing I was aware of that, but I didn't aware of the title Tuesday, and I didn't even know. Look,
Yeah, there you go.
for AEW fans, we apologize because it's hard to kind of follow up on what the hell the whole storyline and all that stuff. But why the hell we didn't know about the title Tuesday? Because especially hockey season is right there around the corner where I'm from. I'm from the U.S.
Is there an actual story to follow around on AEW? Is there an actual story?
An actual story that I have no clue what titles are for what, you know?
Yeah, what story? What story? What story?
What story?
And this is coming from an AEW fan. That's why I'm like, just all wrestling.
There you go. There you go. You heard it, folks. From an AEW guy. You heard it, folks.
Be happy. Wait, hold on.
No bashing on our door saying, "Oh, you guys hate AEW." That's
Be happy. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Now, be happy for all you AEW fans. Be happy, and I know you guys are not big AEW fans. I'm like best both worlds and stuff. Be happy for the fact there's two promotions, best of two worlds. One is all about stories, and the other is all about pro wrestling. You wanted some stories and some entertainment? There's WWE, and also you want some pro wrestling and jumping and flippy floppy, whatever you want to fucking call it. There's AEW. So win-win situation for all wrestling fans. You want to see WWE for entertainment and bullshit? Go over there. You want some professional wrestling, long-ass 20, 30, 40-minute matches? Go to AEW. So be happy about that. And I'm saying that in general for all wrestling fans who's watching right now and also who's on social media around the world. So be happy that shit exists. That shit exists.
One person who's actually not too very happy, or should I say a lot of people are not too very happy, is the fact that there was a major issue regarding SmackDown in the title match that was supposed, by the way, to be on WrestlePalooza. It was the WWE Women's Championship. Jade Cargill was scheduled to face Nia Jax, who was scheduled to face Tiffany Stratton. Thank God that match never happened on WrestlePalooza. As it wasn't kind of like so enough. ESPN gave it a C, and we had to endure this? No, thank you. No, thank you. Thank God that match never happened on WrestlePalooza, because it would have ruined the greatest women's showdown of 2025, Io Shirai against Stephanie Baker. So the thing is that a lot of people are not only asking Nia to get fired, because it's kind of like it's all her fault because she's still botching around. She has become way too, even though she is kind of like a softie on the ring right now, she's still kind of like not convincing enough. And to make matters worse, Jade Cargill gets herself busted open in front of live television, and she decides to take a look at me. It's kind of like, hey, John, I can do that shit too. And it was kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she actually did that. But hey, I'm going to applaud for her. And then came the biggest one of them all.
Yeah.
That's the one. So, but unfortunately, yeah, the ref is kind of like getting some heat over it, where apparently everybody is targeting Nia Jax. Everybody on social media is saying she should get fired. She's not professional enough. She's still injuring people. She doesn't land like she should. The bonsai drop looks way too fake. She's trying like very, very careful not to drop her big ass on everybody's chest. So I don't know. My question is it really Nia's fault, or what the hell happened here? And I'm gonna have Dorian have his say, because he really wanted to point the fingers in this segment. So Dorian, it's all yours. Go ahead.
Okay. So let's clear this up with this whole thing. Okay. So decades ago in the past, how Nia Jax always complete sloppy, hurting people, botching it a lot, and everything like that. And what happened with her during the pandemic? She got fired. Remember that? She got fired.
Yeah.
But now, when all this pandemic thing is over and stuff, they actually brought her back. They brought her back. And I got to say, gentlemen, she proved a lot. She approved a lot. She didn't hurt that much as of late people. She's been consistent. And you got to admit this, she did give some good matches here and there, some of them. She has her moments that she had good matches. I give her credit. I give her praise that she does that. But I'm going to say this on this match. Number one, I'm going to say this. I can't put that on her, what happened with Jade Cargill. I can't put that on her for that spot. Jade Cargill should be, number one, know when that's coming, you have to protect yourself. But unfortunately, she didn't protect herself, and that's what happened. She was too soon to drop and all that stuff. But I give her credit for the adrenaline rush to show that, she's still fighting and all that stuff. So that's one thing. So now, let me get to one thing that I'm going to put accountable for that. One, I will have to put on the referee. One thing I'm going to say. The referee should have done her job. Number one, you got hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pardon my language, I'm going to say this. Where the fuck are the gloves? Where the hell are the gloves? You have to wear gloves when something happened like this. If you're allergic to latex, get something that is non-latex for gloves. You got to protect yourself. And also, you got to be consistent of the opponent too. You have to be consistent on the opponent too. And the last thing right there in the spot, right there during that you were watching it, she should have done a shoot count. If it dropped it, that's not her fault. Go home. Go home. One, she should have gone home. So after what happened to her, they should have got this to go home and let them know. No, let's get this home because she's really, really busted open. And then if she gets the heat, she gets the heat. But give her credit for doing her job. But unfortunately, she didn't do well her job for that. So she has to understand this whole thing that the job. Who ever been a referee before? You've been a referee, Mr. Hollywood, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Referee a sparring match between Coyote Garceran and Megastar Fierro.
Okay, so
wow.
I had a little bit in backyard wrestling, so it's just something that I know, but it's just a little fun thing and all stuff. But what I learned about the whole referee thing is that communication is one thing that you know what it is, and the other thing is the safety of your opponents. And if you know the opponent is not that well busted open or stuff, you let your communicator, those two, say, let's just get this home. And if anything, I'll take the heat, because you want to protect your opponent to make sure it's their safety,
Mm-hmm.
But this whole match was a whole mess. I'm gonna put that like it's like, yeah. Thank God it's not in the WrestlePalooza because it was supposed to be a matchup, but I'm gonna go off topic for this one. Okay. So let me get this real clear about this. I want to get off the topic for this one. You got a woman that got left TNA and got signed, and she has the year experience in the wrestling business. She goes to NXT. And you got this woman in the other one that was in AEW, was undefeated. They gave her the Gober treatment and all stuff. And then she finally left going to the big thing. She went straight to the main roster. What I mean about this gentleman is that I'm going to get off the topic, so I'm sorry about that. It's that this is exactly why she should have gone to NXT before going to the main roster, because Jade Cargill, she proves but not proved yet. And wish she could have gone back to go to NXT first to build herself more time, ring work and all that stuff. As for example, when I was talking about you guys the other time, like NXT called up for the women's, and you got people from work. They're huge fans of Jada Parker. She's they're huge fan of Jada Parker, and of course, ECUATORIANOS is a fan of her too, so I could see that in their beer right there, drooling. But let me put it serious note. I said to the guys, she got a good looks, she got a great presentation, but her ring work is not yet ready. Because I had that experience, and you too, Mr. Hollywood. You know how people work in the ring. I see that. I said, nah, she needs like a year time to learn the ring work before she get herself ready. Because this is an example by Jade Cargill. She needs time to go to that department before going to the main roster. I don't know why. I know she looks good in her presentation, but you still got to build up more time to get her experience in the ring. You got Jordan Grace. She had that experience, and they put her in NXT just to put people over and all that stuff, which it doesn't make no sense. So the moral of this thing is all the stuff that I put part of it on Jay for the film to protect herself, and I got to put that in the referee for not putting the protecting and everything. So I put a little bit on Nia. So Nia is not to blame because she's doing what she has to do. And by the way, the kick out thing, and also that's the referee's fault, not Nia, because she had no idea that, they thought that they were coming to stop the count and stuff, didn't do. That's on the referee for that part. So just pretty much stop blaming Nia for all the stuff that she did, because it's not her fault that botch and all that stuff, not her fault that they made the match all disaster and stuff. It's part of the referee, and part of it is Jade Cargill, that she didn't protect herself. So that's all I got to say.
Okay, before we go to ECUATORIANOS, we got more comments around here. Alicia Fox, it's you. She looks like
yeah.
The referee. A ver, David Eduardo Uribe Márquez, lack of communication. Obviously, at the end, it could be a turning point for Jade. Saludos, Ringsiders. Saludos, David Eduardo. Thank you so much for your comments. Now it's ECUATORIANOS' turn on the mic.
Okay. You know what? It's true. It's not Nia Jax's fault. She didn't do anything wrong. She did her job. I did watch the match. I saw what happened. It was really confusing when she gave the count from Tiffany to Nia that night. It was really weird. And then Jade busted open. And I said, I was going to say the same thing what Dorian said. Like, she didn't protect herself. She busted herself open. And when she's screaming in front of the camera, I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, I think she's in the wrong company, because in AEW, they do that type of shit. They yell in front of the camera when they're busted open and stuff, but this is WWE, But yeah, like, I'm glad that Jade is okay. She did got busted open. She didn't protect herself. I mean, it's not Nia's fault. She did her job. What all the stuff that Dorian said, I was going to say the same thing. This is not the same Nia we know when she got released, because the first run when Nia was in WWE, she was not a great wrestler. People wanted her to get fired because she injured wrestlers and all that shit, which is true. And I get it. But now, like since she made her return to WWE for the second run, now she's becoming a better wrestler, and I've been checking her out, and she's really good. The referee, it's true what Dorian said, and that goes to all the pro wrestlers, all the referees who are in training and all that stuff. And I'm not an expert, and I'm not a professional wrestler or what been in the business, but common sense, man. When you're a referee, when you see somebody busted open, blood coming out, always have gloves on your pocket. Always have it, because you don't know. You don't know if that person who's bleeding has something, might have an infection. You don't know. I'm not saying anybody else will probably catch an infection, then you turn to a zombie or whatever, but you don't know what they have in their blood. You don't know. That's why you always have gloves. Now, the referee, and I know that referee. I've seen her before, like before she went to WWE as a referee. She used to wrestle in the Independents. I've seen her before. I forgot. I mean, I know her name, but I've seen her before. She wrestled in an independent promotion before she went to WWE as a referee. What she did, I don't know what she was thinking. Like when I saw with the way she pinned Tiffany, I mean, the way she pinned Nia Jax, it was confusing. It was weird. She was doing the count like kind of slow and stuff, and then did you realize that when the match was over, it was silent. It was very silent. There was no music right away. It was complete silence.
My understanding is that the reason that the referee botched the 3 count was because Jade was supposed to break the count, but it didn't happen. So
yeah.
So I also on that, on what you said, there was a ruling by Vince McMahon that if somebody botched a spot and the referee was going to count, then you should count 1, 2, 3 right there. As a matter of fact, in WWE history, there has been a lot of title changes that were not supposed to happen because the referee had to shoot the count. A lot of guys that win the championship who were not supposed to win the championship or have pinfalls on other people that were not supposed to win the matches, but it's because they botched the ending. So therefore, the referee should have 1, 2, no, Jay, 3. That's it. The end. Boom.
Yeah,
Let's
she
go.
should have. Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you said. If she knew that Jade was bleeding and stuff, she should have ended she should have made the fast count right there immediately. And also, who was treating Jade after the match? She was outside the ring. I think some of the officials were checking on her.
Yeah.
Did the referee check on her? She didn't. She didn't do it.
No.
She was like in the ring. No, she didn't do that. The referee's job is to check on the talent too. Even though he was a triple threat, was she aware that Jade was busted open? No, she wasn't. She was outside the ring. She was busy with the two wrestlers in the ring, and not knowing that the other one was busted open. You don't know if that person who's busted open might bleed a little bit more. Imagine if the cut was severe. Imagine if it's more severe and she busted open and she's soaking a lot of blood out of her head. Good thing that cut was not really, really fucked up. I mean, she did say, "Oh, look at me, blah blah blah," on the camera. I'm glad that it wasn't that severe. If it was really severe, and if the referee's in the ring, not knowing that Jade is bleeding proficiently, then the blame is definitely to the referee, not to Nia. Nia did her job. Jade, I'm not saying it's Jade's fault. It's just that maybe she didn't know it was coming, like she was about to get hit into the pole or into the steel steps and stuff like that. But she didn't know she was going to get busted open. But yeah, it's not really Nia's fault. She didn't do anything wrong. She did her job. But the referee, I'm not saying she wanted to be disciplined and stuff. But maybe they might discipline her about what she did. If they didn't discipline her, man, then there's something wrong with the WWE. They need to tell her what the hell was happening, and she needs to learn that lesson. Because don't forget, when you see a wrestler bust it open, put some gloves on, check them out, get a doctor. Maybe I think I still saw a doctor. Outside the ring checking on Jade while she was outside the ring. Maybe if not,
yeah, the doctor was there. Yeah,
he was there.
Good. All right, so good. But the thing is that the referee needs to check first to see what the hell's going on. She didn't do that. So she needs to learn that lesson because the referee's job is to officiate the match to see what the hell's going on. They need to see if the wrestler's okay. If the wrestler's hurt, of course, they need to check on them. Like what happened, do another off topic. Remember what happened? I mean, I think you guys know. Weeks ago or probably months ago, remember that Liv and Kyrie match? Remember that Liv and Kyrie match that it ended like in a minute. And it was not part of the script. She got legit hurt. What did the referee do? She checked on her.
Right there.
Right there. And Kyrie, she had to play in character, and she was concerned. And that was genuine right there. And I'm glad they stopped the match. They did check on her. Even Kyrie checked on her to see how she's doing and shit.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's how a referee's supposed to do. Even injured or bleeding, you need to check on the other opponent. Even if it's a triple threat match or a fatal four-way or a eight man or 8-woman match, let the others wrestle and stuff and let the referee check what's going on because it's tough to be a ref. I mean, I just found out. I mean, I know that Hollywood's a referee. I think you're aware of this type of stuff, man. Like when you see somebody who's getting hurt and busted open, you got to check first. And then if you tell the opposing wrestler, can you continue? Blah blah blah. If they say yes or no, that's their decision. They want to continue, let them continue. If they cannot, then that means you gotta. You know that's
yes,
right there.
Yes,
exactly, right, and that's legit. So what? So did the referee did that? No, she didn't. And if you knew what the hell was going on, and what Hollywood said, she should have done a fast count quickly as possible, like this, like
go
1,
home,
2, 3, and that's it.
Go home,
and that's it. And game over. And if people want to know what the hell's going on, let them find out on social media, and that's it. But in conclusion, it's not Nia's fault. It's the referee's fault. And if she gets disciplined, then I hope she does. But don't get it too severe because shit happens.
Yeah.
And speaking of what's going on, that brings us to our final subject. I wish somebody tell me, like the song, like the Four Non Blondes song, what's going on with timeless Toni Storm. I call her the Lone Star. Why do I call her the Lone Star? Because, okay, so we had the Goldberg treatment in Cargill and the fact that she was undefeated. But here's another thing. What was so special about Bill Goldberg back in the day in WCW? It was the fact that he was the only grown talent that came from WCW. The only one. The only one that was really, truly made in WCW. So, what happened to this girl? You might say, no, she's not an AEW product. She's a WWE product. She used to wrestle over there. Yes. But what was her gimmick? It was a kind of like a punk rocker of sorts, a skater girl sort. Yeah, rebel. Okay, that's good. She went over to AEW and she continued with the skater girl thing. Yeah, that's right. But what happened? What happens?
She reinvented herself.
Of all the talent that has gone from the WWE to AEW, who was the only one? The only one. Because you're not going to say, oh, Mercedes did that too. No. Mercedes did that when she went to New Japan Pro Wrestling. She went out of the WWF and she reinvented herself before coming into AEW. She was already transformed. No pun intended to the Transformers. She was already transformed into another character. Just like Adam Copeland, he can't call himself Edge. Christian Cage, minus the Cage, he's still Christian. What happened with Rusev? He became Miro, but he no longer speaks English. Andrade, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Chris Jericho, and well, so here's the timeless one. I'm wondering what the hell is going on because she is so far the only former WWE talent that has become an AEW product, a must-see female wrestler who has given us tons and tons of spectacular matches, and yet somehow she finds herself playing second banana to the television champion. champion of all people. You know, you got the world champion, the women's world champion, Timeless Toni Storm, reinventing herself over and over and over. MJF, by the way, I must say, both in and in front and out of the camera. But still, she still loses her world championship to anybody who comes up. And what about Mercedes? Oh, no. She's too valuable for us. She's going to hold on to that television championship as long as it takes until she breaks the record set up by Jade Cargill, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And, well, here's the thing. Why are you not treating Toni Storm with the respect that she deserves for changing her WWE persona into an AEW thing that can actually go? Why? Why, Tigre Tony? Why, Birdnest Head? Why, Uncle Krakow? I would like to know.
I have no idea what's going on with AEW. I don't know what's going on with Tony Khan. We just saw probably the greatest talent today in AEW, and now she lost the title. But here's the thing. I do congratulate to Chris Statlander becoming AEW champion. She finally won her first world title in AEW.
It's a first.
I just don't understand why. And I'm sorry, I was just smiling because it's every time when I see Timeless Toni Storm, it just makes me laugh. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, I know. Very talented, but she makes me laugh. I mean, she has a sense of humor. Like, she's super valuable. She's more talented, 100 times more talented than Mercedes Moné. I'm sorry, man. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I know that JD from New York, shout out for JD, who loves Mercedes Moné too much. He did criticize him a lot. He criticized her like a couple of times because of her talent, but I mean, well, her run in AEW currently and stuff, but come on, dude. Like, I know Mercedes, she's getting bangers in AEW, which is amazing. But Toni Storm, she's the total package in AEW, man. Like she had that run. She's a four-time AEW World Champion. She do the hard work and stuff like that. But still, they're still treating Mercedes Moné like she's first place. It's true. They train her like she's number one. Toni Storm, she did all the damn work in AEW. And you know what? She's one of the real reasons why that I watch AEW, because of her. I mean, I've been a fan of it. And by the way, Hollywood, it's actually the glam punk rock 80s metal persona that Toni was well known before she became timeless. So, but the fact of the matter is this, man, like, I just don't understand that. I was looking for Mercedes to lose that title, but not to Riho. I mean, to other wrestlers too before Riho, which is actually another Japanese wrestler, which people were criticizing her because of her appearance. I think you guys know about the situation with Gail Kim getting criticized because of the appearance of Riho. But Mercedes has, how many fucking titles this woman has? She has like 900 titles, and she wants another one. And the funniest thing is that I'm really glad that Toni did not lost that title to Mercedes, because can you imagine the shitstorm in social media of her driving that title to Mercedes Moné and Mercedes holding all those damn belts? I'm glad that Mercedes did not win that title.
I saw that match.
Now I understand.
I saw that match.
Yeah, I don't want to imagine that, but I think, you know what? Even though you guys like to criticize Tony Khan, I mean, you and Dorian also, I'm glad that Tony Khan did the right thing, but not by not letting Toni lose to Mercedes Moné, because Mercedes has the TBS title, which honestly nobody gives a fuck about that belt. Nobody cares about it. I'm sorry. It's not valuable. That title, I mean, like, what's the point of that damn title? It's a television belt. The AEW World Women's title is the most important title for the women's division in AEW. But the thing is, man, Timeless Toni Storm being the lone star, I don't really see her as a lone star. She's already a star. She's a big star right now. Like, if she ever leaves wrestling, she might be excellent. She might be a big star in Hollywood. I mean, I know the persona of a 30s and 40s and 50s persona in Hollywood, but she will kill it in Hollywood because she's super talented. And you
No
guys
pun
didn't
intended.
know. I mean, did you, what happened?
No
Nope.
pun intended.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Oh, right. And also, like, here's the thing: like, Tony would be fine, like, if she leaves in professional wrestling. I mean, she could become an actress. I mean, there's an example of the magazine. It's perfect for her. Also, you know, like, she's already a star. She's a big star. I mean, but I don't really see her like being like, you know, as a lone star and also being like, you know, oh, she's becoming second place. I mean, she already proved it, man. Everyone loves Tony Storm. I mean, have you seen like every time when you hear her theme song, people pop, they lose their shit.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Last year when I went, last year when I went to the Stardom show, American Dream, which is the very first Stardom show in 5 years, when her music played, the whole 2300 arena popped. It was fucking loud. And I have the video. When I recorded it. Like, I was recording Amina, who is now an AEW star, Mariah May, who's now Blink Moreau, and Zaya Brookside, who's in TNA. They were both, I mean, it's funny, right? Because 3 wrestlers, one in Stardom, TNA, and AEW in one ring. And then when the music played, the whole crowd popped. They popped for Tony. Tony is a superstar. She's a superstar. She's bigger. I mean, also she's a better wrestler. The girl does strong style. She wrestled all over the world. I mean, even in Japan, she's a former world of Storm champion. Did Mercedes did that? No, she didn't. She never copies that shit in Japan. Has she won like a title in Japan? Let's see. Yeah, she did, but the
Strong style.
IWGP Women's title.
The
Well,
strong style,
she won that. She won that title in Japan, right? She did. Well, the women's title, not the IWGP Women's title, the strong title later on, but she never won the World Stardom title. She never did. So it looks like that Mercedes is going to be stuck holding those secondary titles instead of the major ones, except that she does have the CMLL World Women's title, which is the big one. People were pissed off about it. Yeah, I know.
Nobody cares.
I agree. I agree what Hollywood did with that quote. I mean, that I agree.
Mm.
And I hope she does lose that title, because here's the thing, man. Thomas Tony Storm, there's nothing to worry about. She'll be all right. Even if she lost that belt, she already proved it. She's the only 4-time AEW Women's Champion. She'll be fine. But Tony needs to understand this, that that she is a bigger star than Mercedes Moné. I mean, Mercedes still the same doing this shit. She's still Sasha Banks in AEW. She's still the same thing, CEO bullshit and stuff like that. But Tony Storm over Mercedes Moné all the way.
Dorian, you're saying.
Go ahead.
I feel like I don't know, maybe she's taking a break right now after that she lost the title, because you know the crazy thing about it, the all out match for the women. So you have the former champion Tony Storm, you have the new champion Chris Statlander, and the 2 opponents is Jamie Hayter, a former champion, and Tekla, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tekla, yeah.
Tekla.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, out of all 3 of them with Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter just came back. I would not put the title soon to her, because she's still in the middle of feud with this person, Tekla. So, who is the perfect person that between to win the title and all stuff? And I actually won that bet too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm gonna go balls on this one. I think Statlander should definitely win. Imagine that she did end up winning this thing. That would be in the. You know what's sad too about these guys? They failed to build a story for Statlander.
Why am I not surprised?
You know what I'm
That's
talking
true.
about? Like,
That's
you're
true.
talking about
That's
a
true.
person to tell a story about her 2 busted knees. She's been dealing with this thing. She reinvented her character. And then she won the TBS title that nobody talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then now she got to go on purpose to want to get to the top. She wants to win the AEW Women's Champion. They failed to build that shit up. You see, the one thing I talk about WWE that they failed to kind of tell that thing. I wish that me or one of us could do this. I definitely know I could do it. if I could show what the ideas are to build this thing so that it'll be the character interested so people could be behind. That's the saddest thing about what's missing in wrestling is to tell a story of an opponent. For example, what Eddie Guerrero been through when he won the WWE champion. He told his story about why he wants to win the WWE champion, why he has to get to it, and to show that the people that I'm an addict, but I'm an addict to win it. But for this story of Statlander, she's been through knee injuries, and then they thought she would never wrestle. But now all of a sudden, she won the second belt, but it's not enough. It's not good enough to build a brand to win the world title. And they failed to do that. But I'm happy for Statlander. And you know the one thing you forgot to mention? The first women to win those two belts. The TBS and the world and the women's champion. So let's put that for history. And I swear to God, gentlemen, I swear to God, at the end of the year, and I guarantee this is going to be sad for Statlander. If Michi wins that title, she's going to drop the TBS title first. If she ends up winning the title, I swear to God, they better. I don't want to hear Excalibur or any one of the commentators to say about Mercedes Moon to be the first. I swear AEW is a mess.
Oh, please, no.
You get what I mean? You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Because they failed to talk about Statlander.
Don't worry. They're gonna say it. They're gonna say it. They're gonna have to say it.
They failed to talk about Statlander. They failed to talk about Statlander. Okay, now back to Tony Storm. I apologize about that. I keep doing that, and I'm sorry about that. So
it's okay.
I feel like maybe she's taking a break. You know, maybe to give her time and all. No pun intended. Time to for maybe something. I think maybe going for the tag team belts, maybe to kind of build up for her, maybe just to give herself time.
With who?
Maybe she'll go eventually because I think maybe
with Mina. With Mina.
Yeah. Oh boy, we see ass and titties and dancing. That'll be something else. I'll be interested to see that. But I missed the Thunder Rosa, Thunder Tits.
I just hope they don't call themselves TNA because it wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, I wish they would bring what's her name? Thunder Rosa, Thunder Tits.
Thunder Tits, oh man.
I still saw that promo. That's still funny.
It was Thunder. It was Thunderstorm, and then oh, it's Thunder, and then Thunder Tits. I remember.
No, she's like this. She's like, we are known as Thunder Tits. It's like,
oh man,
what episode have we taken on that?
I can't even imagine the name of Tony and Mina if they team up together. I don't know what
ass and tits.
No, Mina?
Ass and tits. Timeless tits. Timeless tits.
Timeless tits. Yes, that's a good one. Timeless tits.
Yeah, because Mina's titties are big. Because
timeless boobs.
Are bigger than Tony.
Timeless boobs.
Well, leave it.
Timeless boobs. Timeless boobs. Or double T's. Double T's.
I can't.
Hey, timeless tits. It's or triple T. Timeless Tony tits.
Oh,
or, I don't know, man.
We're just gonna never hear the end of it. Oh.
Okay, so I mean, like one thing I'm gonna say, yeah, this is why I thought he dropped the ball on Tony Storm, because you have a woman that a full potential, and I see when I saw her on the NXT UK and I saw in the Evolve and all. I'm like, yeah, this girl is beautiful. She got the work and all stuff. But I saw more Rhea Ripley and Bianca that I kind of follow up with that. And I knew that those two maybe one day will be something. And Tony Storm, I thought like, okay, maybe we got, but I am wrong about that because she proved to be a star. And it's just fucking sad that WWE dropped the ball, letting her walk. And all she wanted to do is work. What do you think Andrade quit? Not quit, but they let him go because he doesn't care because they're not letting him work.
That's the funny thing about this sport that we love to hate and we hate to love is the fact that some people get it on one side of the coin other people just don't get it on the same side, and it goes vice versa. When we talk about AEW, when we talk about WWE, when we talk about TNA, some folks get it over there, and some folks get it on the other side. So it's pretty much the luck of the draw. So my thing was what bothered me the most is yes, indeed, Toni Storm is getting all the media. Toni Storm is supposed to be the major champion, and yet all the attention that Uncle Krakow decides to give is the secondary champion, all because she's a former WWE and one of the weakest link of the four horsewomen, might I add. Even Bailey is putting up her label a little bit more. So,
and the segment is weak.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the same thing. It's the same. It's the same monkey all dressed up in another suit. Yeah, that's pretty much the situation. Oh, we're gonna make her into the greatest television champion of all time. Yeah, okay. So what's next? No, she has all those belts like a clothesline. She's hanging around like a wardrobe. Yeah, but whose titles are those? Where do they come from? What organization does those come from? Oh, who cares? She's just doing the Matt Cardona Ultimate Dragon thing. It's a tribute to Matt Cardona and Ultimate Dragon. Oh, you remember, guys, that Kenny Omega used to do that? Okay. Now
Sedrin?
now we get it. Now we know where this is coming from. Bullshit! Well, I'm a fan of Toni Storm, even though she's working on an organization that I not despise, but I wish it could get back to its original track. I don't think that's going to happen. That's why I asked in the first place, what stories are we talking about? What stories are we talking about?
Yeah, Mercedes like holding hostage to every segment and everything, you know?
Yeah, and they used to call MJF and Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. They had the belt hostages. All right. Agustin, on the final comment, says Mr. Hollywood, the king of cosplay, Akuma, Equadragon of the ringside, and Dorian, the singer of wrestling. Okay. I'm waiting for the Street Fighter. I'm waiting for the Street Fighter movie.
I can't wait.
So bad. I want to see it.
Man, the biggest Street Fighter fan over here, man.
That's why I got into the Super Nintendo in the first place, because of Street Fighter.
Well, my first Street Fighter game was actually Fighter 2 Turbo on the Super NES. That's where it all started, man. So, yep.
So was I.
I love the Super Nintendo, baby.
Okay, Super NES fans, we're down to the last call, and okay, so let's just say for the Nia thing, shit happens, and this time it did. So the referee better get and tell her, hey, next time, 1, 2, no 1, 3, hit it. That's it. Nia, okay, great. You've done a fantastic work. You have done a good job, but the banzai drop should be a little more believable. Just saying that. And Jay, this is not AEW, girl. You don't talk to the camera. But anywho, Toni Storm, she needs to be done justice over there in AEW. And NXT versus TNA, gosh, I wish they had done this on the main roster, but, well, we're going to call it Invasion anyway. So that's our topics for the day. Equadragon, last call.
Okay. My last call is this. Let's see. First of all, it's not Nia Jax's fault. It's the referee's fault. I hope she gets disciplined. Toni Storm, she's going to be fine. She's taking a break. She proved herself in AEW. When she comes back, people don't lose their mind. They're going to lose their mind just like Stone Cold Steve Austin when he made his return and everything pops. Let's just say she can't. I mean, I'm not comparing her to Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, like the pop when she shows up, it's loud as hell. But she's going to be okay. Now, for TNA and WWE, well, TNA and NXT, because I wish there was a WWE versus TNA showdown or invasion or whatever. But I'm looking forward for next week. Also for you social media people who are too sensitive and woke and toxic and stuff, it's just a fucking word for invasion. It's a fucking event. This is not a showdown, for fuck's sake. When there's a word that offends you, then you know what? Just don't say anything. Stop pushing people in promotion saying, can you please the name change, please? Shut the fuck up. I just want to say that. I got to put my frustration in front of the camera and live on the camera. Go outside and do something instead of complaining on social media about a word. This is just a storyline. This is just a title. It's just a word. And my heart goes out to the people in Israel and Pakistan, what's happening. I really do. But for you people out there thinking that you're affected by this shit, you're not. It's just a word. This is an invasion. Storyline, fiction, entertainment. It's not a showdown. But this should have been on a Sunday or a Saturday on October, because you got another pay-per-view coming up on NXT. That should replace with this, now on a Tuesday. But enjoy the show for you guys next Tuesday for Invasion, not Showdown. And that's all I got to say.
Dorian, your last call.
Well, hopefully the WWE talk to the referee to give her a warning, because unacceptable the way how everything not preparing and everything to protect the opponents. That's one. I would have to say AEW do better with the women's division. That's another thing. I know Toni Storm well deserved. She's the MVP for that division, so she deserves a big break and all that stuff. And receive Monet. If you're fans, God bless y'all. For me, and I gotta say this: the Bucks are more entertainment than Mercedes Monet. Every time I see the Bucks, I'd rather just watch them than Mercedes. I'll flip the channels on that. And last but not least, I'm sad that I wish it was the PLE, but they put this on the TV show. Well, at least I get to watch it. Unless if the Yankees are not continue playing at the playoffs and all that, I'd rather just watch that than in NXT. I'm sorry, but I would like to see my friends right there are in TNA. So we'll see. You know. Oh, and by the way, one more thing. There's one announced. They say supposedly they want the final match in Washington. John Cena.
Yes.
That's what they're talking about. They're talking about.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Because Joe Henry won a wrestling. He did. In fact, Joe Henry did say on an interview he wants to face John Cena. That's his dream. If that happens,
and his contract is up to a TNA.
What happened?
And his contract is up from TNA. Probably by then he could go for be a free agent.
Yeah, but hopefully, like even if he goes to WWE, I hope they treat his ass right, because he did made a huge splash, a big pop in WrestleMania this year. Even though people criticize about what happened in WrestleMania with that match, I didn't give a shit. I was happy to see him. Happy to see him. People were like making fun of him. They saying that TNA was weak. Be happy that he showed up. It was a hell of a moment. But I remember that when we started the Genesis. I think he knows what I'm talking about. I'm Hollywood. The genesis of Cero Censura, we wanted Karrion Kross to become the opponent against Randy, because it was Las Vegas. But then Joe Henry, I'm like, hey, you know what? Why not? It was really good. But you know what? I think Joe Henry would be the perfect opponent for becoming if he wants to become his final opponent for John Cena, I would love that. And it will be a hell. It will be a hell of an honor for him to finish the career of John Cena, because it's a dream. This guy is going to go to the next generation of professional wrestling, because the man is very talented. He can sing. He can play an instrument. He can do it all. He can talk shit about.
He can produce.
Yeah, exactly. About Moose, about Drew McIntyre. The guy does it all. He's next to become the guy, and I'm looking forward to see that. And I hope that's true if he becomes John Cena's final opponent for his career to end.
Either him or Walter, I'm fine with that.
Me too.
Wherever it is, we're going to sure as hell be watching. Final comment from Richard de la del Wrestling. Next Tuesday is going to be great. NXT Showdown with good matches, better than at the Swamp. He's talking about AEW, by the way. He's talking about AEW.
You know what? I actually agree, because I was not 100% not aware there was going to be a Title Tuesday. The only person who mentioned that, not you guys. I was watching Tuesday Night Titans from Shady and Solomon. So shout out to those two guys. Also, my favorite podcasters in YouTube. They did mention that. I did not know about it. they just popped it. I was like, wait, Title Tuesday is on next Tuesday.
And another,
I didn't do
yeah.
that. But you know what? But to tell you the truth, man, like here's the funny thing. I'm gonna watch both at the same time because I do have regular TV because Channel 11 right here in New Jersey, and I'm gonna watch that, and also gonna watch AEW on my cell phone. So I do watch pro wrestling simultaneously. I mean, I watch the most important show on the TV, and the ones that are not that important on my cell phone. I did that when I was watching WWE and TNA at the same time. I did that last year, and it was fun.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of digital media, and especially especially watching free pay-per-view on other websites. And I know you guys are going to say the P word. It's been like that since the 90s. You know what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm going to say it.
I don't call it PLE. I'm going to say pay-per-view.
You know what? No. Not PLE. Piracy. So there you go. But anyway, yeah. So
I fixed it. I tried to fix it. You paid me out.
I mean, I'm sorry, but guess what? I mean, no matter how many times we're gonna like shut down these websites, it's gonna keep coming back because nobody's not gonna waste $60, $50 for some worthless event. I'm sorry, it's true. And the words of Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian, I'm still rich. I may be rich, but I'm still ghetto. And I'll be the same thing if I become a rich person. I'm still going to be ghetto. I'm still going to watch some free shit, even if I have money. I got to save money. So, yeah. Let me see. What's that?
What's that? Wow.
Well, what's going on?
Tell him, man. Tell him.
Cardona, you got Santana, you got the whole TNA squad in the house.
Oh,
now
you see Cardona right there.
Oh boy,
there's my boy Santana.
That, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you build a pay-per-view. Take a note on that.
There's my boy Santana.
And also,
series match.
Oh, Cedric too. Next to be engine.
Not only that's how you build a pay-per-view. That's how you build. Oh, excuse my words. An invasion.
Yes.
An invasion.
And it's gotta be.
Not a showdown.
And it's gotta be.
And also,
I'm sorry.
It's gonna be. Wait. Go.
This whole thing is gonna be.
Yeah. It's gonna be an iconic inspiration. So there you go.
So, okay, guys, that wraps it up for this edition of Zero Censura. Thanks a lot to all of you who tuned in, and for those of you who just tuned in, well, the event is gonna be terminated in just a few seconds. All you have to do is rewind the tape, and you can see it from the very beginning. And don't forget to leave your comments down on the comment box below. NXT thing and the AEW thing as well. We're gonna have to take a little break because I want to see it. I really want to see it. But hey, maybe we'll have Zero Censura on Wednesday. Who knows? Or maybe on Thursday. Or maybe on Friday. Maybe on Saturday. Maybe on Sunday. But it's gonna be on next week. I'll let you know when it's gonna be. Until then, go have a cup of tea with cream or something. Don't bother us. We're going to come because we're going to come to your door bothering you. Good night. Good night.